welcome to my shop. So, I wanted to give you a quick update today. Something exciting happened over the weekend. Now, a little bit of background. As you can obviously tell, I am not a big-time YouTuber. I don't have hundreds of thousands of followers, and this is not a living for me. This is just something that I like to do. I've only got a few videos. I've only got a few subscribers. I don't put out videos on a regular basis. I just make videos that I think are fun, and for me, that's all it is, and that's okay. That's good. But anyway, the exciting thing is this past week I passed a milestone. I actually got over 200 subscribers, and I'm very excited about that. Thank you so much to all my subscribers, to everybody who watches my videos and listens to me babble on about things, and maybe you know what I'm talking about, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But I wanted to make this this quick video as a thank you to all my subscribers and to everybody who stuck with me throughout the years and likes the content that I put out. So I figured, why not give you a quick tour of my shop? My shop is modest. It's in the basement of my house. It's not a lot of space. It's not a lot of tools. Although the tools that I do have, I've been very fortunate in getting them, and the way I've gotten them has been good for me because it hasn't cost me a lot of money. But at the same time, it's kind of sad because a lot of the tools that I've gotten are hand-me-downs from relatives that are no longer with us, specifically my father and grandfather. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started, and I'll take you on a quick tour. So we'll start the tour off with something boring. This here is just a shelf full of parts and some spare lumber there. Here I've got a bandsaw. It's a Craftsman bandsaw. It's something that my dad had. It's a 12-inch bandsaw. It uses an odd-sized blade, so I'm not terribly happy about that. I've got to order them from Craftsman. I'm hoping to find a new source for them at some point. I think with the internet we'd be able to find those sorts of things, but I haven't had a whole lot of luck. But yeah, this is my dad's, and it's on wheels, as are most things in my shop. Got myself a stool here. This is my grandfather's stool. It's my table saw. It's also a Craftsman. It's just about as old as I am. It was my grandfather's saw. Oh, hi puppy. It was my grandfather's saw, and he purchased it probably mid to late 70s, I think, and that's it's pretty close to where I am. It's on wheels. I can move it around. It was really easy. Just kind of give it a whirl. So if I pull it out a little bit, you can see underneath my stairs there I've got some wood storage for short pieces and some longer pieces. Here is a drill press. This is my grandfather's drill press. It's also a Craftsman. I have no idea how old it is, but it's old. It's been around for a while. I put it on the stand. I built the stand for it years ago, and I put a little switch on here to turn it on and off. It's just got a motor on the back that was kind of hardwired, and I put there and a switch on it, and I got it on wheels. So let's see. Well, I should give you a little bit of background. This shop, the house I'm in, the house I live in, we're in the basement of the house I live in. My shop is down here, and this was my grandparents' house. They bought it brand new in 1942, and this was my grandfather's shop, and he made clocks. So there's a lot of clock parts. This here is a clock body that he never finished, and here is a glass for another clock that he didn't finish, and I got some clockworks here in this bag that are just sitting here. I don't know what they were to, but I inherited a lot of stuff like this. Like a lot of his tools, I inherited some of his projects. But I also got this wonderful bench that's completely covered in stuff. But the cool thing about this bench is this old vise. It's a slide-out vise. You slide it in and out, and when you get to where you want it, you give it a half turn, and it tightens on your workpiece. That's been here for as long as I can remember. I remember coming down here when I was just a wee little lad, coming down to Grandpa's shop and having that vise there. He had it laid out a little bit differently. The table saw was over here, and the walkway was through here, and he had a bandsaw over here, which I gave to my uncle when I got my bandsaw from my father, and the drill press was behind it, and it was kind of a mess. But okay, this here was Grandpa's toolbox. He had a bit of a sense of humor. He kind of labeled it, and he put his name on it here with some metal tags and Chiquita banana label. That's pretty old. No smoking sign. That was all him. But I believe that he made this lower box and that he purchased this upper box. But yeah, it's pretty old. It's got a, I don't know if you can see that, it's got a 1776 and 1976 sticker on it. So that's probably pretty much original. I'm guessing that this box is at least that old. Let's see. This box here, the red box, was my dad's box, and it's mostly mechanics tools. This is older than I am, because he had this when he was a mechanic back before I was born. And then I purchased this Craftsman. See, that's a snap-on. I purchased this Craftsman box to sit on top of it a few years ago. And this whole set, this up and down set is pretty much all mechanics tools. This set over here is mostly woodworking tools. There's some files in there, all Grandpa's files. I got some chisels, mostly Grandpa's chisels. Let's see, there's some stuff. I got some hand tools. I love these DeWalt drivers here. Got a chop saw. This is just sitting on the bench. This is not where it normally sits, but I was using it for some work, so I had it out. I normally store it down there on a little shelf underneath the table saw, because like I said, I don't have a whole lot of room in the shop. So this bench is another story. So this bench here, when I moved into my last house, the previous owners asked me if it was okay if they left this workbench, and I'm like, yeah, absolutely, because I don't have a workbench and at the last house, and it's got this really cool leg vise that works very well. I like the leg vise. It's got a drawer. The handle's missing from the drawer. I just reach underneath and grab it. I keep a lot of junk in there. It's open on the top, so sawdust and stuff falls through there, but that's okay. It's just kind of a mess. The whole shop is a mess. So I brought this, drug this bench along with me to this shop. So now I've got the built-in bench and this bench. And actually this built-in bench, when I first moved in, it continued all the way along to that wall. And it had like a big hole in the top, and there was some wood storage down in there. It was kind of awkward. So I cut it off right at this leg, right here at this leg, and got lucky that these two toolboxes slide right in there and fit kind of perfectly with just a little bit of gap in between. You can see I need to clean up. I got a mess. So down underneath this bench, I've got a planer. I believe it's 12-inch surface planer. That was my dad's. An oscillating spindle sander there. That was my dad's also. This is a belt disc sander that I built a table for. So now it's an upright belt sander. Works great. I love it. That in combination with the bandsaw, I can make almost anything. And I got a bench grinder that I've mounted on a piece of wood there, so I can use the one-way sharpening system for my lathe, which I've got here behind a whole bunch of junk. Let me see if I can show you this. It's a little Grizzly lathe. Let's see if we can get that. Yeah, see, it's a Grizzly. They make okay stuff. I'm not absolutely in love with it, but I'll tell you what, for the price, it was great. My lathe tool's mounted above there. Let's see. Oh yes, my dust mask, actually my respirator and my face mask, always safety first in the shop. I always collected license plates when I was done with them, and when I moved into the house here, Grandpa had a bunch down in his shop, so we got some from 59, 68, a couple of 76ers, and then some more modern ones that this one expired in 95, and that one I can't really tell. I can't read it from here when that expired, but some old license plates. I got some sled for the table saw hanging up there, rocking horse pattern that I make rocking horses from. I got some tools hanging up back there, some squares and saws and levels, some saw guides. And then I put this shelf in across here. I know it goes in front of the window, and I'm not terribly happy about that, but I just don't have enough room for all this stuff. And I've got drills and like tool bags and some glues and such, and I've got over here some upright storage where I've got some nailers and a die grinder and some nails over there and another nailer and a router tucked back in there, and yeah. So then underneath this here, I plan on putting some kind of shelf in here, so I can have maybe 2 tiers of storage and maybe a pull-out shelf, so I can stack some things upright in there and slide them in and out, because I've got this mess I don't know what to do with, and I got this mess over here I don't know what to do with, and the whole shop is a mess. But it's my shop, and I trip over things, and it is what it is. And anyway, that's it. So thank you for watching this tour of my shop. Thank you for being a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. I don't put out regular videos, but I try to put out the best content that I can, and I try to put out things that are interesting to me. And if you go back and watch some of my older videos, maybe they're not so good, but you know, with anything you get better with practice. And I've learned over time a few things, and I'm still learning. So you never know what you might see. And I forgot to mention that. Look overhead, I got some storage up here for long things that up in the floor joists. So anyway, that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.